On a dying Earth, scientists are on the hunt for a new planet capable of sustaining human life, and they find one in the year 2063 as a woman explaining the potential of this newfound planet for human colonization and proposes a scouting mission to the planet. Due to the long journey of 86 years, the mission's crew will reproduce on the ship, ensuring the third generation aboard will be the ones to reach the planet. The crew is genetically engineered on Earth, using the genes of eminent scientists. A man explains the rationale behind this plan, emphasizing the necessity for a crew specifically engineered for this mission, raised and trained solely for this purpose. Richard is seen entering a facility where the children crew is being raised, taking necessary precaution. He monitors their educational progress, talking Christopher, Selah, and Zach into the bed and comforting them. The next day, Richard proposes that he should accompany the children on the mission to raise and protect them. He has concerns about the ability to handle the complexity of space traveling on their own. Now that Richard wants to accompany the children on the mission, it enabled the mission to launch in 4 years instead of 7. Eventually, the mission launched with Richard at the helm. 10 years later, the children are adults, learning about fertilization for the next generation and leading a robotic existence, consuming a blue liquid daily. The crew members, Christopher and Zach, discover that this liquid is drugging them to suppress desires and prevent natural reproduction. After discovering a hidden compartment on the ship, Christopher confronts Richard about the lies, but Richard implies the mission must have had reasons for concealing information. With growing tension and realization of the altered reality they have been living in, Christopher finds himself entangled in a web of fantasies and changes. Closely watching Selah dealing with Zach's confrontation and observation, Richard intervenes. Tensions between Christopher and Zach escalate, and their conflict begins to draw the attention of other crew members. They start to experience the percussion of ceasing to take the pacifying blue drug, revealing heightened sensitivities and altered perceptions. In an observation room, discussions arise about possible alien life forms. Meanwhile, Selah and Richard share a moment involving dried plants from Earth, a moment witnessed by Zach, fostering jealousy. Communication with Earth is lost, requiring urgent repairs to their transmitter, with Zach assisting Richard while the rest focus on their roles. The tension continues to escalate, culminating in a physical alternation between Zach and Selah, and with Richard intervening promptly. As Richard investigates, he learns that Zach and Christopher have stopped taking the blue. Despite the ensuing argument, Richard recruits Christopher's help to fix the transmitter, promising to support him in future. As the spacewalk preparation and repairs continue, the crew is plagued by mysterious noises. A sudden apparition next to Richard and Christopher triggers chaos, causing harm to Richard and multiple malfunctions within the ship. Richard succumbs to his injuries, leaving the crew in disarray. Grappling with unexpected occurrence and a sense of loss, the crew speculates about potential alien interference, but the loss of surveillance footage leaves them in dark to know what was the real cause. The crew conducts a meeting to elect a new chief officer, ultimately choosing Christopher, despite Zach's aspirations and apparent jealousy. The focus turns to extensive repairs, with hopes of recovering lost footage to understand Richard's incident better. Selah and Christopher find solace in each other's company, exploring Richard's personal archive and reflecting on the significance of relationships and shared experience. Christopher discovers the crew neglecting their duties, opting for a spontaneous feast to avoid food spoilage and to celebrate the new leadership. In the midst of rebuilding and laughter, the crew collectively decides to abandon the blue. Selah and Christopher continue to bond, discovering joy in Richard's videos and laughter in shared moments, offering a glimpse of humanity in a controlled and altered environment. Amidst the rapidly escalating tensions, attractions, and newfound freedoms on the ship, Christopher finds himself increasingly drawn to Selah, whereas Zach's interests pivot towards Julie. Moments of levity and rebellion are interspersed with moments of tension as crew members explore Richard's personal archive and engage in unruly behavior, causing Selah to reprimand them, leaving her feeling threatened by Zach's imposing presence. In a swift and protective move, Christopher shadows Zach, intervening just in time to protect Selah from the potential harm and diffusing the situation with a deceptive display. Misunderstandings and the urgent need for control escalate as the strange noises reverberate again, leading to disputes and physical alternations among the crew. Christopher struggles to reinstate the order and focus on the pressing repairs. However, his leadership is challenged by Zach and others who question the value of their mission, fueled by fears of an alien entity amongst them as factions form. The resolve to uncover the truth strengthens, leading Christopher, Sela, and a few loyal members to repair the surveillance system and discover the shocking truth about Richard's death were all caused by Zack. This revelation intensifies the divide, with Christopher and Sela contemplating human nature and their path toward in this newfound reality. Intimate connections form, bring them closer together in the midst of chaos. However, the looming presence of Zack and his group continues to threaten the fragile peace as they propose another celebration and assert their dominance, with Zack proclaiming himself as new chief officer. Tensions reach a boiling point as Christopher reveals to the group the incriminating footage of the incident. He proposes a rational approach, suggesting confining Zack while they consult the program and decide a subsequent course of action. However, Zack, quick to manipulate the narrative, confesses to his crime under the guise of protection and seeding mistrust amongst the crew, and saying that alien was inside Richard and that now Christopher carrying the alien or maybe another member of the crew. This incites chaos and division as they start turning on one another, resulting in a deadly pursuit and confrontation. Caught in this frenzied environment, Christopher and his group seek refuge, deliberating on their dwindling options in the face of an armed and aggressive faction led by Zack. As alliances waver and survival instincts kick in, Sela discerns Christopher's awareness of concealed weapons within the ship. In a solitary and determined pursuit, Christopher navigates the ship's compartments in search of these hidden armaments, preparing to confront the looming threat posed by Zack and his followers. The frantic search within the ship's compartments intensifies when Christopher, discovering the concealed weapons but unable to access them, triggers an alarm. Altered to his presence, Zack's group rushes to uncover the concealed weapon, speculating on its intended use and ultimately seizing them for themselves. Meanwhile, fractures appear within Christopher's group as some members contemplate aligning with Zack. In this precarious climate, Christopher, Sela, and another member formulate a strategy to approach Zack. The tense atmosphere erupts as Zack's group confronts them, leading to moments of plea, betrayal, and confrontation. As Phoebe appeals to their rationality and humanity, a sudden shocking act by Kai intensifies the existing tensions. Caught in this relentless chaos, Christopher and Sela navigate the ship's intricate passage with their pursuers close behind. The atmosphere intensifies as unexpected attacks compel, causing Christopher and Sela to arm themselves, leading to unforeseen casualties. A harrowing confrontation in an airlock results in fatal consequences and narrow escapes, as Zack succumbs to his ignorance and Christopher is saved as he is in the special suit, leaving the surviving members to reassess their path and mend the fragmented bonds. As they strive to restore the semblance of normality, discussions on preventing further discord arise, and Richard's recording serves as poignant reminders of their mission's higher purpose. The establishment of democratic systems and the choice to abstain from the blue mark the crew's renewed commitment to solidarity and collective progress. In this reconstructed order, signs of life and growth symbolize hope, and the ship's community evolves, embracing new roles and experiencing the passage of time. Eventually, the culmination of their journey sees the multiple generations aboard, reaching their extraterrestrial destination, looking ahead with anticipation at their new abode.